Hi there. So today, the author, myself, of the book Get Limitless is going to review Get Limitless. Not like a review like this is what I think about the book, because obviously I'm biased, but we're actually going to just go over. For those of you who were interested or possibly weren't completely aware of what the book entailed, I just kind of want to discuss it a little bit now that I have a physical copy in my hand. For starters, just to give you a basic idea of the premise of the book, personal development is the genre in which it fits into, more dealing with peak performance. Essentially, the book is divided into three parts. The first part, it speaks a lot like your typical self-help personal development books. I don't want to say that to imply that it says all the same things, but the first part deals mainly with belief. Basically just kind of wording it from my perspective and the perspective of those who assisted in the putting together the content for the book, as far as, identifying beliefs that serve you and destroying and releasing those that don't, and the role that beliefs play in all of this, because it's kind of a very important role, especially when dealing with peak performance. Anyway, and then the second part of the book, referred to as hacks, are basically different means for cognitive enhancement. And we'll go over what all those are in a moment. And then the last part of the book is practical application, ways that you can take your belief and your newly found control over your cognitive processes and apply them to life and business and education and all the things that you pursue personal development in order to achieve. At any rate, Get Limitless. Unlock your inner genius. The basic premise of the very first part of the book, the philosophy part, is that every person has a genius within them, something that they would greatly excel at, be it because of their intense passion or they just happen to be born with a particular talent, or a combination of the two. Either way, the idea is that Michael Jordan is a genius at basketball. Stephen Hawking is a genius at being a genius. But you, I, all of us have something like that within us waiting to be uncovered. But before we get to that, first we'll go over the very first part, author and contributors. Talks a little bit about me, but you already know about that. I want to point out the illustrator, Jayson Curry, very, very talented guy with some awesome sketches throughout the book. And then the person who did the cover art, the graphic designer, Ashley Weinberger, also has some infographics in here that I can't wait to show you. Very talented individuals. At any rate, so this is the first infographic. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Ashley. You're amazing. Goes over the 9 traits of genius in the first part of the book, identifying the traits that all true geniuses share, or what those traits are that the geniuses throughout history have displayed, will help you discover or realize which traits you already possess. And the cool part about them is that they're not that far of a reach for anybody. I mean, you could look at the list and feasibly go, okay, well, I could do these, or at least a handful of these. I could aspire to excel in these traits, and that's one step in uncovering your genius. And that's essentially what the first part goes over. The second part, there's another awesome infographic there, and then a terrific sketch by Mr. Curry. Goes over the brain hacks, things like, we talk about the usual stuff, affirmations, meditation, brainwave therapy. This is one of my favorites. This is awesome. Using isochronic tones to coax your brain into giving off a specific frequency, and then you reap the benefits of that frequency. Web search, there's another cool picture by Jayson, and then that, strangely enough, is a hack. Once you understand what the web and particularly search engines has to offer you in your extended mind, discussed in the book, you'd be amazed at what you could be capable of. Brain training, this is that lumosity and brain games and things like that. One of my other favorite topics, nootropics, goes over the different, this is the molecular structure of the particular racetams in the racetam family. Anyway, nootropics are smart drugs. That's one of my favorite topics. And then talks about quantum mechanics, which is a great topic, how it's possible that your thoughts can actually manipulate the physical world on a molecular level. You'll have to read that. I know it sounds a little far-fetched, but if you read it. And then the last part, talks about the slide edge and has some cool interviews by industry leaders that are basically professional business consultants that charge $10,000 to tell you how to grow your business. And we have that information in this book for less than 10 or 20 bucks depending on which format you buy it in. So that's just a very brief kind of overview of what the book has to offer, and I'm really excited that it's available not just as an ebook but also a physical copy from Lulu. I'll include a link to where you can get all that, and be well and do good things.